The swamps of Florida and the hills of California may be harboring a new menace. Central Florida. This vacation paradise attracts 75 million visitors each year. They come to bathe on beaches, trek through the dense wilderness, and soak up the only tropical climate in the U.S. The state's warm temperatures provide the perfect environment for many species, including animals not native to the area, like Burmese pythons and red piranha. And now there are reports of another dangerous exotic animal on the loose here. The chimp responsible for the vicious attack had worked in television commercials, but like all chimps, once it reached sexual maturity, it became stronger and more aggressive. This change is something that most owners don't anticipate.
Little do they know, or little do they care, what it's going to grow up to be.
Scott Lope is the Director of Operations at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. He is also an expert on dangerous exotic pet species.
What people don't realize, this animal has a very long lifespan, 50, 60 years, and it's going to be miserable. It's going to reach sexual maturity, and then all bets are off. It's not going to be content to wear clothes and just be this happy, fun little guy that bounces around and people laugh at and take pictures with. It's going to be a very sexually aggressive, very powerful, very dangerous, big animal.
When an owner realizes they are no longer capable of handling the beasts, there are few options.
You could let it go, it could injure someone without anyone even knowing that these accidents occur. With the loopholes in the permitting process and the true liabilities for the owner of the chimps, it's very possible that an escape could go unreported.
Some states do not even regulate the ownership of these animals.
There's still 13 states in the U.S. that don't have any laws whatsoever regulating exotic animals. In many of these states, you could go buy a chimp, buy an exotic animal on the internet, and no one would ever know.
If a chimp either escaped or was released into the wild by a private owner, Florida could be the easiest habitat for such an animal to thrive in.
It's very possible that one could be escaped or turned loose and out there living somewhere in Florida.
Encounters with these beasts can be devastating.
The next thing I know, I hear the chimp actually stomping his feet on the ground, coming after her.
St. James Davis and his wife LaDonna had raised their pet chimpanzee Mo from birth. The Davises treated the primate like a son. They were celebrating Mo's birthday at the chimp sanctuary where he lived. As Mo patiently waited behind the cage bars for his treat, 4 other chimps escaped from a separate pen. One of these chimps, a male, spotted the Davises and started to display aggression.
And at that moment, he came around from behind the tree, and I knew we were in trouble instantly.
Before either husband or wife could react, the brutal attack began.
He had her face and her hair with one hand, and he had her thumb and the other in his mouth, and he bit her thumb off. Well, she started yelling and screaming bloody murder.
A second chimp joined the attack. To protect his wife, Davis pushed her underneath a picnic table.
We're stomping and pushing, and he takes his thumb and gouge out my eye and bit my eyebrow off, my nose, my mouth. 5 bites to the head, 4 to the neck, and biting fingers off, and one's chewing on my privates and my hind end. He ate so much out of my hind end, he got in my sciatic nerve, and that's why my legs don't work. He ate the bottom off of my left foot.
The brutal attack lasted 15 minutes before a sanctuary worker was able to shoot and kill both animals.
Authorities in Southern California have launched a desperate search for someone missing in the mountains. They're not looking for a missing hiker. They're actually looking for a chimpanzee named Mo. This escaped chimp is considered potentially dangerous. Mo made headlines 3 years ago when his owners were brutally attacked by 2 other chimpanzees at the sanctuary where Mo lived in Caliente. Authorities are focusing their search in the hills around San Bernardino.
I have seen enough myself, and I have heard enough sightings from very reputable people who are highly credible that knowing chimps and knowing how they behave, I'm convinced that what they're seeing is a chimp.
As long as it's legal for people to own these exotic animals, especially the dangerous ones like chimpanzees, the attacks, the killings are going to continue to happen.